Jump around. Jump around. Jump around. Jump up and get down.
There you go.
There we go. Oh, that's so good. So good. So as I always do when I start one of these things off, first of all, thank you very much for your time today. One of the things I always like to do is really quickly for anyone that doesn't ever watch these or has never seen me do one of these, late last year, 2018, I had belonged to a couple of Discord servers, and I really just didn't feel like there was a lot of a love that came back and forth in the servers. I felt like I was spending a lot of time, and not that I needed a bunch of people to come and give me their time, but I just thought, man, the amount of time I was spending trying to help other people out as opposed to like the people that were reciprocating the love, I just thought something seems wrong here. And again, they were the ones saying, hey, we'll help you grow your channel, all this stuff. And so I had a crazy idea January 1st that I was going to just handpick little by little 20 people and try to do everything I could to support them with these interviews. If it was subbing, if I could, I would. If it was cheering, if I could, I would. If it, obviously, following their channels. But more than anything, as most of you guys know, if you don't already follow my Twitter, almost every time these guys are live, I try to tweet out something kind of funny and neat about them as I get to know them. Like this guy, obviously, his name is Cookesumthinup, so I always reference the chef, the food, the eats, whatever. He seems to like it. I think it's pretty funny.
Oh, yeah.
But with no further ado, this is Josh. I know his name is Josh, at least. I don't know his last name, not important. But the first question that I think I always ask everybody on these things is, what part of the world are you in? I already know, but I want you to tell everyone else wherever you want to tell them that you're at. You can tell me you're on Mars if you want, but what part of the world are you hailing from?
The wonderful state of Ohio.
No, I could. No one could tell that. By the way, by the Ohio State banner hanging in front and back of his chat forever. Okay. So you're on East Coast time. So you're it's 7-ish o'clock after 7 out there. So tell everybody, man. First of all, like, what was the earliest game that you could remember playing? That you were completely addicted to, that you just couldn't stop playing.
Honestly, back and forth, Call of Duty was pretty much
really.
Modern Warfare 2 really hit hard. Straight up, I have not been such a hardcore gamer as I am now.
Wow.
I was actually more of a very athletic sports type guy where I'd always go out and play baseball, football, golf. That really consisted most of my time in my life.
Wow.
Just recently, probably within the past, I would say maybe 6 to 7 months, gaming has really become a huge part of my life. Actually, pretty much taken over my life.
Right.
But, the thing about it is, it's just being able to connect with the individuals that, especially the online platforms, being able to connect with the different people, just not necessarily local, but of course all over the world, is definitely what brought me into it for the most part.
Don't take all my questions. You're answering all my questions. Stop.
Okay.
All right. So then, how old were you when you were starting to play a lot of Call of Duty, or when you were enamored by a video game?
The earliest that I can recall is probably, I would say maybe 5th to 6th grade.
Okay.
Age probably, I don't even recall. I know when I was a younger child that me and my friends would always meet up before school at my buddy's house, and Nintendo 64, we played Madden.
Nice.
And the first 2 people there got dibs on the sticks, and it was always a battle between us who got there first, which really motivated me at the time to go to school.
Interesting.
Definitely.
Okay, so let's jump to what you were starting to talk about. So around 8 or 9 months ago, you had this crazy idea that you were going to start putting your mug on live for the world to see, and you were going to play video games. What in the hell could have possibly drove you to that decision? What was running that decision behind it?
Honestly, I would play quite a bit of sports games. I would play Madden, 2K, Tiger Woods, Rory McIlroy golf here and there, and that was just more recreational. What really started the concept of streaming for me was Fortnite. I played it pretty consistently And I was sitting here. I would watch streams off and on. The big names, Ninja, Tim the Tatman, everything like that. And I would see the audience that they brought in, and it really opened up my eyes to, what, maybe I could be a part of this in a productive way.
Right.
I had the platform where I was just going to, go hang out with some people, get a community going, and just meet all kinds of different people with different backgrounds and bring everybody together for one purpose. So the biggest thing that influenced me to start streaming was the Fortnite scene. It started getting big, and I feel like there's a bigger picture than just gaming itself. There truly is.
Right.
And that's what I intend to target once I get the foundation and everything going. Of course, I'm newer into this and just still learning the ropes.
Right.
But I mean, as far as what's been available so far, there's no regrets at all.
So, the one thing I love about doing these interviews with all you guys is I think if anybody's paying attention and they're smart, I think a lot of people know that it's certainly not a requirement to be nice to me or give me money or subs or donations or hosts every night for a month. It's certainly not a requirement, but it certainly goes a long way to me to getting to learn from those individuals that there's a big part of them that understands the giving portion or the time allotment portion to others in the community as part of becoming a streamer. Because, I certainly don't think you and I have sat down and watched Ninja or heard Ninja or Lupo or any of these big guys talk about the amount of time they spend. But it's funny, if you watch enough of those streams, you'll hear them talking about, I was watching Shroud play last night. I was watching Myth play last night. I was watching friggin' Lupo stream yesterday. And you're like, wait, what? You guys are watching?
Behind the scenes.
Yeah. You never really, they don't talk about it a lot. They certainly don't promote it, but they certainly are doing it. They're finding out who the people are that they want to game with and they want to become, gamers with. And that's how Lupo and Ninja's relationship got started, for those that don't know that. But so one of the things I look for, obviously, is I look for someone, and it's not necessarily, hey, come to me, give to me, and I love it when you guys all do that, for sure. I don't ask you to do that. But I watched you for a good month, and at one point it was funny because you were like, hey, what's up with this 20 thing, man? Like, how do I, like, you were one of the 4 or 5 guys that's in the 20 now that was like, how do I get into the 20? And I was like, my heart just explodes when you ask that question because it makes me feel like I'm so big and it's so, it's this huge movement that's going on when it's just me watching 20 people on a regular basis. But I was like, man, you're stealing my thunder. I was just going to, I'm like, shut up, man. I'm bringing you in, but you gotta, like, but anyway, you came in and you were hosting me like every night, man, for a month. And more than hosting me, because a lot of people drop in and host channels. But you would hang out in the channel and you'd ask me questions. You'd ask me about stuff. And eventually you and I got to start talking about some stuff. Like, and so if you don't mind, because I think it's going to become a theme of your channel as we've talked about off stream and off live, tell me a little bit about what you do for a living that's kind of impacted your life and potentially may impact your stream if you would. Tell me a little bit about that. Like, how did you come into that? Tell me as much as you'd like about it. I don't want to tell the story for you, so to speak, but it's awesome. It's unbelievable.
I moved to Myrtle Beach about 2-3 years ago.
Okay.
And graduated college and decided to come back to the area. Well, the area that I currently live in was truly impacted with the opiate epidemic.
Yep.
And so I had a couple friends that unfortunately dabbled into the drug scene and a couple family members. And honestly, I felt like there was something more that I could do. So during that time, I decided to become a drug and alcohol counselor.
Wow.
With that being said, I have truly enjoyed and truly cherished every single moment that I have with every single one that I encounter. With that being said, the platform that I'm truly going for at the moment is being able to help individuals in time of need. Okay. Everyday stress, just current situations that are going on in life that, with these streams, people don't, it's all about the gaming aspect or, charities, and that's all well, but the thing about it is I feel like there's a bigger picture to it. being able to bring in the community that truly views all these streamers, there could be a lot more to bring. And so being able to provide that aspect would definitely be very beneficial for not only myself to be able to help others while enjoying playing games, but help others in the general population of the streaming community.
Yeah, man.
So,
I'm not going to tell my story. I try to stay away from that when I'm interviewing you guys because it's really about you and having people that might look at these videos or might be watching right now. I want them to try and get to know you a little bit more than what you might let on your stream. Not that I'm sure you haven't brought that up on your stream at some point. But, and again, I won't tell my story, but my life, as you know, has been absolutely impacted by that and by, having a lot to do with that. And as a lot of people know, I've been recovered from that for about 20 years. And it was such a shock to find out what you did. And we've had some conversations about it. And I certainly have encouraged you thus far to say, hey, man, figure out how you want to do that. My biggest concern for you is, hey, man, make sure you're doing that. And it's not the professional that goes to work every day doing that on your stream, because you want to be careful, too, about that, too. But more or less just your self-experience with doing it. And it's crazy, man. There's a lot of people online playing video games on stream, man, that are not well. They're just not well. And I'm sure that for as many as we get to see playing, there's even more that are just sitting there in our chats watching and are just hurting, man. So I applaud you for that, man. I think that's going to be killer. Tell me a little bit about, so you talked about, what kind of inspired you to hop online. Tell me how that change began to happen where you realized, okay, there might be some cool opportunity. Maybe I can become a rich, famous guy to, man, there's something going on here where, at what point did it occur to you that you needed to network, and did you know how to network? Do you know how to network now? Are you working on that? Like, what came over you at one point and hit you to say, hey, man, I got to go hang out with other people?
To be honest, I know how to network outside of the streaming community. really well, to be honest. And the thing about it is, what brought me to the aspect that I really need to work on is watching your streams. Honestly, the biggest motivation for me was stumbling upon your stream. And, you provide great content. And of course, I'm not trying to blow you up by any means, but the thing about it is, it's what you provide to the community that truly sold me on it.
Interesting.
Because the thing about it is, the people that were in your stream, in the chat, and the reason why I spent so much time in there is because it's not necessarily just networking with other individuals. It's just pure enjoyment. Being able to talk about how people's days are going, what's been going on in life, just actually people really that care. And, I've heard the story of your background with the Discords, and, I think it's all good and well, but the thing about it is you don't get that in those Discords. You do not.
Yeah, no, and thank you for saying that, Josh. That's so nice of you, man. You know what happened to me, man, is like I said, I'm an older guy. I have a 14-year-old son, and I take time away from my son and my wife to do this. And some people think I full-time stream, which I don't. I certainly didn't last month with being sick, but there has to be a payoff, and it doesn't have to be monetary, but there has to be a payoff that's visible to my family when I do this. And so it was important to me that when I was streaming, that the people that wanted to hang in my channel, whether it was 2 people or 20 people, that those people had to be more important than me. And I know that sounds crazy. People think it's crazy, like, when I tell them that. It's like, listen, come to my stream and talk to the people in my channel, and you guys go do something with each other. Go help each other out. And for the most part, it's happened. For the most part, I catch, the other Josh Unorthodox, I catch him on Jazz's stream. I've never introduced him to Jazz in my entire life. Man found him on his own, and I was like, there he was, popping off in Jazz's stream the other day. I catch him in Cosmics. I catch him in yours. I catch you guys in everybody else's streams. And for me, that was the payoff. For me, it's like, hey, man, I've got a community of people going on. And as you know, I'm trying to figure out a way to somehow, put that into a little ball and go, here you go. Here's the method for success on that. And part of it's just you got to be out there doing it. But, yeah, man, thank you for the kind words. Tell me a little bit about your home situation. You put up one of the funniest clips I've seen you put up ever. I'm not even really sure what happened in that clip, but can you walk us through your relationship with your significant other and how that's going? Because you've made comments many comments I've heard on Twitter, on stream, about I'm about to lose my blob. I'm like, can you tell us what's going on out there? Mr. Got It All Together. Can you tell us how it's going out there?
Yeah. To be honest, I mean, the relationship that I have with my girlfriend is just never a dull moment. Okay, so to elaborate on last night. So I'm sitting here, and it was an off night playing Fortnite. Just kept getting shot in the back, just wrong positioning. Just not capitalizing on opportunities. And so she's sitting here, and she is a education major at a college around here, and so she's becoming a school teacher. So we made the awesome idea. Of course, this was her idea, and she decided to buy a laminator to be able to use for her classroom and current homework studies. So while I'm sitting here, in depth with the game, and everything's just going great, of course, I'm just killing people left and right. She decides to pull something out of the laminator, fresh off the press, and throw it on my arm. It says, "Is this hot?" So I'm focused on the game, and all of a sudden I got this burning piece of plastic on my arm, and I said shit, pretty much.
Oh my god!
And it's the things like that truly get us through the hard times. We have our ups and downs, we do. But the thing about it is being able to enjoy each other's time while streaming, and of course her being productive doing her homework and stuff as well. But the thing about it is, I mean, I'm sure that people that are currently in relationships that do stream, you guys experience this multiple times as far as some rough patches in the relationship due to streaming. The time invested, not necessarily on camera, but behind the scenes, talking to other people, and just everything that ties up into it. And the thing about it is, it takes a very strong relationship to be able to do both of these. It truly does.
Okay, I concur. I'm currently trying to set up an alert or something, or like a funny pop out for when my wife walks in, because she'll walk in and not realize I'm streaming, and she'll say some shit,
Oh, for sure.
She'll be like, "Hey, listen, I thought I told you to unload the dishwasher," and I'm like, "I'm streaming right now.
You didn't put down the damn toilet seat."
You can't tell everybody that. It's such good content, but I got 2 or 3 more questions really to ask you. The number one question is this: do you realize that you talk about a lot of shit on your stream? Do you realize the variety of topics from Texas Hold'em poker to football, basketball, golf, sports in general? Do you realize that you talk about all that stuff as much as you do? Does it occur to you that you were speaking about that stuff?
Not at all.
Do you realize how crazy it is that most people that are playing video games online do nothing but talk about the video game they're playing online? Do you realize it's a talent that you're sitting there talking about Ohio State Buckeye football while killing people in a video game?
The crazy thing about this is, and I've really noticed this, is the fact that the people that I tend to play with are very close buddies and or family members.
IRL people?
Yes. And so pretty much once we get into a conversation, I usually tend to have my best games when I'm not paying attention. And
True.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
No, it's good.
I focus too much and end up screwing myself, and or just really don't care. And it's like, oh, okay, we need to focus. We got 6 people left, So the thing about it is being able to discuss multiple topics without even truly noticing it is truly beneficial, I feel, because the thing about it is it's not scripted. And it's all just natural conversation. And that's the thing about it is, being able to literally go from talking about getting my ass kicked in Texas Hold'em the night before to who I'm going to gamble on the next night in basketball. I mean, it's literally, it's everyday stuff. And that's what I want to push forward, is not just necessarily the sports aspect of what I talk about, but it's just literally everyday shit that we deal with.
That's so funny, man. The more that I think about it, the more that, me, I'm always trying to help people out, teach them, little tricks of the trade. I'll tell you what, man, you've hit some pay dirt with that, man, because I'll come to your stream and there'll be 2 people watching your channel, and you will be enthralled in a absolute deep discussion on whether or not the guy should have raised with ace king in that position after he was 3-bet on the previous street. And I'll literally come in right on that conversation. And because I happen to, by the way, formerly kind of a pro poker player, if you will, online poker player back in the day, made a decent living before it became illegal. But I'm like, not even watching you play. I'm just literally like, oh, this is good. I can't wait to hear what he's going to say here. And so, I don't know, man. I'm about to teach people, hey, get with a buddy on stream and don't worry about how many people are watching, because I would have felt like you were talking to 100 people at that point. It's actually pretty goddamn genius. Tell me who it is right now, and don't say me, damn it. Tell me who it is that you've been paying attention to, watching, and has kind of inspired any kind of styling whatsoever with you. As far as, I mean, you got the disco ball going all the time. Like, where are some of your conceptual ideas coming from? Who are you watching that maybe we don't know you're watching on a regular basis?
It's more of a collective, to be honest.
Okay.
It's not one person in general. The individuals that are participating in the 20, like you said, I will go around and I will just pick bits and pieces that I truly like and enjoy about the stream and try to make a puzzle of what I enjoy from their streams.
Okay.
So the biggest thing is, it's what I typically, not also what I feel comfortable in, but what I enjoy seeing on other people's streams. And the thing about it is, it's the good thing about being in the background, and how you said like Ninja Do It and Shroud and everybody like that, is you learn off of other people by far. That's where the most knowledge comes from. 100%. And so it's one thing you can look and you can watch, some videos and tutorials and stuff like that, but to see it actually happen live is a different ball game.
100% agree.
Being able to, with the stuff that you do on your streams, the stuff that Orthodox does, Anger Gaming, or it just literally just everything that goes with it. It's definitely its own little setup.
Well, Angry's just angry. That's his whole shtick.
Yeah.
You should have seen him the other night. It was the greatest night ever, dude. There was these kids trying to troll him while we were playing together, and he was just absolutely destroying them as we were playing. And I'm like, this guy's amazing. Like, I wish I could re-interview him after the behavior I saw displayed the other night from him, because it was amazing. I'm like, I would have been like, fuck you, and like, shut my stream down. I was so irritated by what they were saying to him, but he was just killing him. It was amazing, and he was totally calm. All right, so I want to know the next 3 things. I want to know what your reaction is to when these pop up in your chat.
Okay.
1v1 me.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what goes on in Josh's head when he sees that initially.
To be honest, I will properly deny the situation. I don't like to 1v1. One, because most of the time it's going to be a younger kid.
Okay.
And I'm a very competitive person. Okay. So for me to most of the time get my ass handed to me by a kid that just got done sipping some apple juice, getting back from 2nd grade, it's not going to float too well. And that's not shot at younger kids. Just I cuss when I get pissed. So I try to reduce that when playing with younger kids. So that's probably not a good concoction.
Okay.
So I'll try to avoid that.
What about when they come in and they say, you're bad. You're bad. You're a bad player.
If I took that to heart every time somebody would say something like that, I wouldn't stream. I wouldn't play any games. I would probably just lay in bed and maybe watch Friends the rest of the night.
Oh my God, Friends! Oh no!
And the thing about it is, it's
that's
just
quality right there.
There's a lot of negative things that go on in life, and for me to be open to that, only you can make your day bad. So the thing about it is, if I allow that to make me upset or feel some type of way, then that's my fault.
Gotcha.
Believe it or not, actually, probably about a month and a half ago, and I don't know whether to take this as a compliment or an insult. I had I would assume a gentleman, unfortunately, come into my channel and donate $4.20.
Oh God.
I was like, man, thank you so much. Appreciate the donation. And along with the donation, it said, hey, why don't you send me some nudes? And I was like, dude, barking up the complete wrong tree. And the more I thought about it, I'm like, listen, am I only worth $4.20?
Yeah, what's the story? Send me 420, I'll consider like a forearm shot.
Exactly. You know, I got some photos I can throw a picture at if you want.
Oh my god, dude, that's so funny.
And when
I've not had that happen yet, so I'm jealous, by the way.
Yeah. Well, I will not partake in that for your channel, just so you know. I'll send out a tweet if anybody would like to participate, but
okay. So winding this down, what is one thing that you would tell everybody that watches this to the end? What's something that you would want to say to someone that maybe you don't say in your stream, or maybe they don't know about you, that is, critical? I asked Twitter Kid this question, and the answer was absolutely unbelievable. So you're gonna have to really try hard to top it. But tell us something about yourself that we don't know that might be interesting for us to know.
I was very bad at public speaking. I was very bad at being the center of attention.
Wow.
To be honest, I was always the person that would be on the side.
Wow.
Never the leader, always the follower.
Wow.
And unfortunately, from my experience, because I did become a drug and alcohol counselor, prior to that, I did partake in recreational use of drugs. And when I did that, it made me into a completely different person as far as being able to be the center of attention and actually enjoy being the center of attention.
Wow.
And that there's one positive thing that has come from that. It's that, because the thing about it is being able to express what I have to say as far as being able to help people and just being there would not have been possible without the past of the drug use.
Wow, man.
So I was a very shy person.
That's amazing, dude. It's even more amazing to me that you would put yourself out there as often as you do, which is pretty much daily during the week. If my memory serves me correctly, you're almost on every day during the week for the most part. And for a guy who was very shy to be just yakking it up all day for hours on stream, that blows my mind. And I hope that anybody that watches this thing will realize that, whether it's healthy or not, the reality is you can hide behind these desks and these cameras and you can talk shit, or you can inspire people however you please. And the good news is you can turn it off whenever you want to. You can not do it whenever you want to, or you can keep hopping back on. And as long as you can withstand some form of potential abuse in your chat, you can do this all the time, man. And guess what? No one will walk up and talk to you, which is unbelievable, right? Because believe it or not, man, I was the opposite. I was super outgoing, super talkative. But the weird thing is when I got in a very, very big group of people, I turned into that same guy, which is odd because people that know me are like, dude, what are you doing? You're the life of the party all the time. And it's like, for some reason, I feel really weird and alone. Of course, you know my background a little bit. It's not an odd thing to be for a guy in my position. But, yeah, man, it's like, unless it's like a baseball or a hockey or a football or like an event, I feel okay there. But if like you say, hey, and we're going like to a club or a dance or something, I'm like as far away in the back corner as can possibly be. Just chilling, holding the wall up. People are like, you okay? I'm fine. I'm totally fine. Just go have fun. I'll be right over here. Just keep an eye on everybody's shit. Well, listen, man, I'm so grateful that you've, if people don't already know this, man, I don't necessarily ask you guys your permission to choose you to be in my 20, but I am respectful enough to say, hey, is it okay if I hashtag you? Because there are some streamers that have had some issues with it. There are some streamers that don't give a shit. And because I think they don't realize it's just me. It's just a hashtag me saying this is the 20 people I follow. It's kind of a weird concept on a platform where you're constantly trying to make money, so or promote yourself, so it's weird. But I appreciate you letting me hashtag you. I appreciate getting to know you. You are one of my favorite. Don't tell the other 19.
Don't worry.
You're one of my. You're the easiest one to write the tweets for, dude. Because all I gotta do is some food weird, cooking restaurant reference, which I can come up with 1 billion of those. Because I love to eat, by the way. So it's so fun putting those up there. Like sometimes you can tell when I'm having an interesting day. I'll be like, he's live. Go check it out.
Yeah.
You're like, oh.
Well,
you're like, Smarmy's having a rough day.
The truth behind Cook Something Up.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you. That was the last thing I was gonna ask you.
Okay.
Tell me about the name.
So the thing about it is, I'm open to say this, and it doesn't bother me. Cook is my last name.
Okay.
C-O-K. So.
Which I knew. You've told me that.
Yeah. When I was in high school, I decided to focus on a career of DJing, and potentially doing a little bit of rap in the back.
What?
So I was with one of my buddies, and he was like, "Man, what are we gonna call you? What do you want?"
No.
I was like, "Dude, I don't know." And so we're sitting there thinking, and having some good old fun with some friends, and having some stuff go in rotation. And one of my buddies were like, "DJ Cook Something Up."
Okay, dude. Okay, stop right now. Time out. You have to now go and get yourself a different pair of headphones, okay?
Yeah.
You need to get some funky, cartoonish sized black shades, okay? And then you need to have the one tilted off of one ear and onto the other. And you need to get a green screen, and you need to get a DJ set up so that you can go, okay, we're going up to the turntables right now, and you need to have that be part of your stream, dude. You need to do that on stream. I'm just telling you that right now. That is genius.
You don't notice it with the hair. Every time I play, I have one off the ear.
I did not notice that.
Yeah, it's just natural. It feels right.
DJ,
I can still hear what she's
up,
talking
dude.
about over here. Still doing my thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage DJ Cook Something Up. Wait, hold on. I got it. Hold on. I got it. Please welcome to the stage DJ Cook Something Up.
Jump around. Jump around. Jump around.
That's it.
Jump
That's
up,
literally
jump
it.
up and get
I mean,
down.
what else do I have to accomplish in my life?
Oh my God, bro. Listen, man, I can't tell you how grateful I am to have you as part of the community, man. You've been an absolute unbelievable addition to the community. Everybody loves you, man. I don't often tell everybody what everybody else says about everyone because it's not my thing, but just love having you, Josh. You've been so unique, man. Your situation, it's more than I could have dreamed of for trying to have a bunch of different people. You're absolutely a one-of-a-kind guy, man. I love having you. I appreciate you doing this. I'll get this thing out, the next day or so. Edit a little bit of it out so we can not make it so long. But thank you so much, brother. I will see you in the lobby.
Sounds great, man. I appreciate it. Have a good night.
You too. Night. Well, there it is, folks. Freaking Cook Something Up right there, dude. DJ Cook Something Up, dude. Who knew? Who knew that we had DJ Cook Something Up in our presence, people? What the fuck? Oh my God, dude! I had no idea that he was on 2 turntables and a microphone, dude. Are you kidding me, bro? Oh my God, what's up with that, huh? That was amazing, right? Wow, dude. Cook Something Up, DJ Cook Something Up, dude.
Jump around.
He's
Jump
like,
around. Jump around. Jump up and get down.
dude, he's got to do that on stream, bro. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right. I'm going to shut down my stream for a moment. I'm going to put the start.